fly out to first base in Ryan Wright's previous 2 at-bats. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, top of the 6th inning. Runner on first is McNevin. Garner's pitch, fouled over the backstop once again, and another 0-2 pitch forthcoming here to Wright. Called strike 3. Garner freezes Wright for out number 2.
Now batting, number 8.
And that brings Cole Nussey to the plate. Nussey grounded out to the pitcher back in the 3rd, reached on an error back in the 5th, and then became a run scored and started that 2-out rally for the Warriors back in the 5th. Runner on first is McNevin. Nussey at the plate. Nussey swings and misses. Count is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. It's a line drive from Nussey towards center field, drifting over and making the catch is Reese Laura to retire the side in the top of the 6th inning. 4 batters come to the plate, just the 1 hit. So it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors. Strand 1 for the Warriors in the 6th through 5.5 here at Tivnan Field. CMADA Central Mass Tournament Class A Final. Leominster an 11-5 lead through 5.5. Bottom of the 6th inning forthcoming. 8-9 top for the Blue Devils due up. More to come, high school baseball right here on RFM. Bottom of the 6th inning, championship baseball here on RFM here in Central Mass, and Kay Robbins didn't like my drum solo. It's Phil Collins in the air tonight, and she did not like my drum solo.
I love it. I just worry that
that I might throw my neck out further.
And where you go across the entire
yes,
drum
you
kit.
have to.
Yeah.
You gotta cover it all. If you're gonna play the air drums, get them all. As Garner leads off here in the 6th for Leominster, 8-9 top Garner Oquendo Richard due up in the inning. The
I
count
just worry
is 0-1.
Someone's gonna steal you away from me with things like that. That's That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
No takers. No takers, as it turns out. No
I
takers
think you got
here at the county fair.
for one night, at the very least.
A girl can worry, can't
yours
she?
for one more night, Kate.
Steve Parent takes over as the pitcher for Tantasqua. This one hops in, and the count 1 ball and
You did
1
say
strike
Todd was the prize.
to Garner. Lucas McNevin closed the book on him. 2 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 3 runs they were earned, 2 walks and a strikeout for McNevin. 4th pitcher in the inning.
Devin Gates.
As Steve Parent comes in. And see, now we're going to share that. See, I love and there's a good text message from a viewer. I appreciate that. So we'll get that in 1 second. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out here. Bottom of the 6th. Big cut on and miss from Garner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leominster head football coach Devin Gates, frequenter here on RFM during the football season, texts in to the broadcast and says, you got to go all out when air drumming fills classic. Thank you, Coach Gates. Thank you very.
That's Sarah.
That means
that's
working
Sarah
that
Gates'
drum
prize
kit
right
from
there.
right to left all the way across.
Yeah, that's Sarah Gates' prize right there.
Indeed it
Thanks,
is.
Coach.
Hey, I appreciate
She's
that.
a lucky woman, too.
You should see Coach Gates and I on tour with Phil Collins. It's going to be great. Coming this summer. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Garner. Swing and no, they say he got a piece of that one. The at-bat continues. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Bottom of the 6th inning, Leominster, the 11-5 lead here in the Central Mass Class A tournament here on RFM. Great to have you along with us, whether you're joining us on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. We welcome back our YouTube audience. Apologies there. Some technical difficulties on YouTube's end. We're doing the exact same thing. If you're with us on Facebook Live or Twitch, you had no idea anything happened, but for whatever reason, second straight game, our friends at YouTube decided to deviate over to Bassmasters coverage. So
It was the air. It was the air drumming.
at least they came back at the end of the air drum solo. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the 6th as Garner swings and misses for out number 1. And I'll tell you, in the 10 games or so that Garner has played and just the few that we've seen here streaming on TV, that might be the first time he seemingly has been retired.
Well, at least via the strikeout, for sure.
Indeed. I'm going to look here. That is his first strikeout on the season.
It's amazing.
I was going to say, I don't recall him striking out.
Ever.
I mean,
first time he's been retired tonight in 4 plate appearances.
Came in with a .462 batting average, slugging .615, a .611 on base percentage in 8 games played. This his 9th.
There's a reason why he's in the
3 out of 4
lineup.
times tonight, so that all those numbers are going to go up.
Going up, as is his stock. Oquendo comes to the plate.
Incoming.
That one just a bit outside. Tried the corner and
A little
missed.
high on top of it.
Count 2 balls and no strikes.
Made the backstop on the fly.
Oquendo caught looking in the 2nd, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in a very long 3rd inning, grounded out to 3rd base in his last at bat in the 4th. And there is strike 1, 2 balls and a strike to Oquendo.
Can't believe Coach Gates bolstered you like that. It's gutting.
The 2-1 cut on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's just say those of us who work on the Coach's Corner are a tight-knit community. It's a tight-knit community. Join us for Coach's Corner every football season here on RFM each and every Monday night.
Catch some ear drumming while you're at it.
Absolutely. 2-2 pitch. If we wouldn't get hit with a copyright infringement, we'd play Phil Collins. But unfortunately, YouTube in particular, although they
maybe
deviate.
that's why. Maybe they decided had enough of that.
Get a little fussy.
You're right, Kate. It might have been the ear drums.
Yep.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And this one misses outside. A 6-pitch walk for Oquendo.
He just sent you a picture.
And it becomes a leadoff here for Leominster. They've got a runner on.
I'm getting them over here on the iPad, so I'm seeing them before you are.
We love our fans chiming in. Keep it fresh.
It's Phil Collins.
It's Phil Collins.
Phil checked in. Love it.
It's Phil
He's
Collins.
smiling.
Indeed he is.
Oh, you too.
He's like, just get it right.
Back to the top of the order, Jake Richard at the plate. This one, pass ball, gets around the umpire. It allows Oquendo to advance to second base. And Richard is ahead in the count, 1-0. Richard has had a checkerboard night. Swinging strikeout in the first, caught looking in his second at-bat, single, an RBI, and a run scored in the long third inning, then a single, a run scored on a passed ball in the fifth. And there goes Oquendo. He's going to outright steal third. Indeed he did.
Apparently he wants to get closer to the dugout with each pitch, and he's doing a good job of it.
Keeping in mind, Oquendo was a half a step shy of stealing home in Leominster's semifinal win against St. Paul.
Don't hold your breath.
And that's called the tease in this industry.
Telling everybody what's coming.
I'm watching for him. I know he's reading the pitcher.
2-0 the count to Richard.
He's not even looking at the coach. He's on his own.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Parent ready, the kick and deliver, and fouled to the backstop. Count 2-1. I feel like a player like Oquendo, Scrappy absolutely wants to get back on the scorecard and say, I can steal home.
Mm-hmm.
I was safe in that game. So let me try it again. 2 balls and a strike. Bottom of the 6th inning. Richard at the plate. 2-1 delivery from Parent. Out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just enough cushion. Just enough cushion to give him the green light to do that if he so chooses.
Absolutely.
But he's staying pretty close to third base.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
not getting. I'm watching his.
Not a lot of action going on
watching
down
his
there.
lead. Not doing much dancing. Not coming down the line pre-pitch.
Parents 2-2 to Richard. Downstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Third batter in
If
a
he
row
walks,
here. We've gone full.
if he walks, then we'll see what happens. Then we'll see what Oquendo does.
I would imagine he won't stay on first base very long. Kate Richard gets down there. See him on second. A pitch or 2.
3-2 pitch. This one lifted towards center field by Richard. It will fall in for a single. And scoring is Oquendo. It's an RBI single for Jake Richard, adding to his total.
Nice job by Richard, especially after he started off with 2 strikeouts tonight. Come back with 3 straight hits. Couple of runs scored, 2 RBIs.
And how impressive is that to put
Nice
yourself
way
not
to
only
clean
in
that up.
scoring
Nice way to
position,
clean that up. But yeah, good job by
Yeah.
Oquendo, okay?
not only to put yourself in scoring position, get to third so that on that, C&I single, you can essentially walk home if you'd
Gets
like.
himself another run scored, 2 for Oquendo tonight.
That brings Tom Gosson to the plate. Gosson struck out swinging back in the first, hit by pitch and a run scored in the third. Double and stranded with 3 RBIs on that double back in the third. Caught looking in his last at bat in the 5th. Richard on at first. Leominster with the 12-5 lead in the pitch, and Gosson struggled with that one. He looked, he winced as he sort of didn't really want to swing, but that was after he already swung. So what are you going to do? 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. In the 6th, you refocus and you try it again. I guess that's the key.
Got to brush it off.
The 1-1 with 1. Upstairs ball, 2 balls and a strike. And Kate, when you think about Gosson, he's potentially faced all 4 of these pitchers, Blake, Amaru, McNevin, and Parent, and they have been all slightly different, especially when you compare them all back to Blake, who was just a simple power pitcher. The 2-1, too high.
Is there a question in there?
3 balls and a strike. Different pitchers, how hard it is as a batter to adjust to 4 very different styles in 5 at-bats.
Well, I mean, that is a skill in and of itself, because you have to mentally prepare yourself for something different every single time. You're on your toes. Can't really settle in against somebody who's brand new every time.
Parent tries the pick over to check on Richard, and the backhand by Repose.
Richard doing some selective dancing around over there.
Reminding people he's there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to dance.
Keeping him on.
3-1. Misses high, ball 4.
Back-to-back walks.
Now batting.
And that brings Nick Massa to the plate. Massa walked and stranded in the first, singled and scored in the third, grounded out to the pitcher the second time through in the third, then lined out in his last at-bat in the 5th.
Conversation on the mound.
Indeed, here comes Coach Knox out of the dugout. He's going to meet with the entire infield for Tantasqua. Great to have you with us. High school baseball here on RFM. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, and you. Great to have you wherever you are. YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. So much fun on a Wednesday night. These CMADA Championship games, we love carrying them. Do our very best to get to one each of the seasons that we have seen. We've been fortunate this year to have some great CMADA Championship games. We had that North Neshoba game back in the basketball season. We are huge supporters of this concept from the Central Mass Athletic Directors Association, and glad to be a part of it and be here to cover this Leominster and Tantasqua 1-3 matchup here in Class A. Great to partner with the great folks at CMADA to bring you this one. And then, of course, it's on to the MIAA, and we've got plenty of options ahead for postseason action ahead. Keep it tuned to @Media Rivalry on Twitter, where you will get our future broadcast schedules. This uppercut fouled to the backstop for Massa coming to the plate.
Todd's a big supporter of the MIAA, too.
Count 0-1. Absolutely, I am. Your state association.
That's right.
Count 0-1 with 1.
I just didn't want to leave him out.
I appreciate that. And trust me, they would prefer they didn't get left out. Runners on first and second. One out here. The pitch downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The MIA's been great to work with. They've been very helpful with us, getting us in venues, helping us out
Absolutely.
with broadcast placements and contacts. Absolutely.
I would certainly say we would love the opportunity to go to Polar Park for the state baseball championship. The 1-1. Ball down, count 2 balls and a strike. We have been fortunate enough to call games at Polar Park, but we called football games at Polar Park. So maybe to go to a baseball stadium and call a baseball game. What a thought.
What
right?
a concept.
Go figure. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out here, and timeout asked for by Massa, and he'll step out.
Now, which divisions are wrapping the
I believe the way the schedule is set up, I believe they have set it up so that all of the state baseball championships
similar to Foxborough
will play at Polar
Gillette
Park. Certainly.
All right. All right. I hadn't.
2-1 misses high, 3 balls and a strike. Don't quite quote me on that one, but I believe that is what I'm to understand. Remember, the MIA is trying with each sport to have a signature state championship location. Obviously, Gillette for
Gillette
football
really
is
set the tone.
yeah, certainly did. Now they're trying to play catch up with the others as the 3-1 call the strike to Massa. 3 balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 6th inning with just the 1 out. With basketball, of course, the goal is to try to get everybody to the Garden, but right now, the Songus Center in Lowell is serving as sort of that hub for boys and girls basketball state championships. This ball down, coming right into our lap at our diamond side position. Blake will give chase. It's ball 4, and bases loaded now for Leominster with 1 out.
Yeah, we were treated to a dandy of a championship game basketball up there, and yeah, I'd love to do more of those championship games wherever they're held.
Absolutely.
Looks
And
like we're
so
at a pitch and change coming up here.
Polar Park seems like it's going to be that central place, at least for now. Obviously, the Red Sox organization tie in there. Everyone would look toward Fenway Park, but with 162 games in a baseball season and half of them being played at Fenway Park, it's a lot harder than it
Park
looks.
is
Phenomenal.
More intimate version of Fenway with
Centrally located,
with a better seating sight lines for fans, and it's cozier with all the feel of Fenway.
Indeed it is. Pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out and the bases loaded for the Blue Devils. Coach LaRue is going to consult his lineup card, and he is going to bring Hunter Normandin in to pitch, his 5th pitcher in this one. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll introduce you to Hunter Normandin and continue this bottom of the 6th inning. Championship baseball. It's exclusive, and it's right here on RFM. Hunter Normandin takes over on the bump for the Warriors. With bases loaded, Blue Devils in every direction that he looks. Got a first pitch strike past Tony Savatelli. Count is 0-1, then Savatelli fouls that one into the seats. Count 0-2. CJ Harrell is now in right field. Fredette has moved into second base. Savatelli gets this breaking ball, lifts it deep into left. Moving in, making the catch is Nussey. Tagging and scoring, standing is Richard. And it's an RBI sac fly for Tony Savatelli.
Now batting, number 19, Ryan Garner.
That's the first out.
Second out of the inning. Yep.
Second out.
Yeah, Mark Garner struck out to start the inning.
Indeed.
With the first strikeout of his season.
Ryan Garner, third at bat, fifth at bat of the season. Sees a first pitch ball. Garner flew out to the shortstop and then hit by a pitch and stranded in the fifth. The 1-0. Garner swinging, tags this one towards center field, right on the run, will make the catch in deep center. Garner put a good tag on that one for somebody who doesn't get a great many at-bats. It will end the threat for Leominster in the bottom of the sixth inning. 6 complete here at historic Tivnan Field. It's Leominster 13, Tantasqua 5 to the top of the 7th inning, and Leominster looks to put a cap on this championship action when we continue right here on RFM. Top 7 CMADA Central Mass Tournament Class A Championship game here at Tivnan Field in Worcester. Great to have you along with us on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, like, follow, and subscribe. When the action goes live here on RFM, it finds you on your social media device of choice. Tantasqua down to their last 3 outs. And they start at the top of their order here in the 7th. It's 1, 2, 3. Colin McGrath, Chase Fredette, Devin Krokmelnitsky. McGrath, foul fly out to open the game. Second pitch he sees, the 1-0. Fly towards center field. Laura calls for it. That's out number 1.
Now batting, Number 20.
That brings Chase Fredette to the plate. Fredette singled and a run scored back in the first to give Tantasqua the 1-0 lead, which seemed oh so commanding at that point until the bottom of the third inning. Grounded out to short in the third, and then a triple and scored along with an RBI in the fifth. First pitch swinging here, sends it into the Worcester Knight. Giving chase out of left field, it's Gossin who comes in and makes a catch for out number 2.
Two pretty routine fly balls right there to start this 7th inning off. Have to see if Ryan can finish this off in easy fashion.
All I can say, Bill Thomas, is wow. Another phenomenal relief appearance for Ryan Garner. He's looking at about 4 innings of relief work here tonight.
One shaky inning, Todd, but other than that, did well. He came in cold for Angel. But,
and looked like he may be heading out of the game after that shaky inning. And all of a sudden, right back in, short innings, and here we are.
Visit from the pitching coach, and he found his groove. Had a nice 4-batter inning, actually a 1-2-3 inning in the 6th.
One ball,
close it out.
1 strike, 2 outs. Krokmalninski at the plate. Ball inside, 2 balls and a strike. Fielder's choice reached for Krokmalninski in the first. Fly out to first, and then a single and a run scored along with an RBI in the 5th. Ball outside, 3 balls and a strike for Krokmalninski at the plate. Garner looking to shut the door here and put the cherry on top of another banner for Leominster. The 3-1. Krokmalninski pops this one up. Aquendo calls forward in shallow right and makes the catch. And the Blue Devils celebrate here at Tivnan Field at Lake Park. And the pile of Blue Devils ensue. Leominster is the Class A Central Mass champion for 2023 and adds another banner to their historic resume.
Kids having fun out there, celebrating like they should. They've earned it. Hopefully it's the first step on the way to a state title for these kids.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for the Warriors in the 7th.
Tantasqua graciously waiting around for the Blue Devils to come over.
Indeed, they are. What a victory for this Leominster team. They've set some lofty goals, and this is the first of those many goals.
As you recall, last year they came in favorites of the CMADA tournament and stumbled early on, and didn't get very far in the state tournament after that. But I think they came in with a renewed vigor this year. And the first goal was just to have a good season. Second goal is to get the CMADA tournament championship that they thought that they should have deserved last year. That they like I say, they stubbed their toe on early on. Now it's on to the state tournament.
Indeed they are, as the 2nd seed. And on Monday, June the 5th, they will host either Silver Lake or Danvers as the 2 seed. Those 2 teams have to play their way in to the top 32. Coaching staffs get together graciously here. A lot of great tradition of baseball between these 2 teams, having a phenomenal year. But Leominster is the Central Mass champion in this CMADA tournament for 2023.
Yeah, good job by the kids, the coaching staff, everybody came together. But, the key players that you expect to carry you, like Ryan Garner and Casey a catcher, and Richard, and, the seniors that have grew up in this team the last 3 years, came so close. They're really reaping the rewards of the hard work they've put in. And once again, this is only a stepping stone on the way to the state championship as far as they're concerned.
Athletic Director Dave Palazzi out there along with baseball contact for CMADA. Jay Costa, Athletic Director at Shrewsbury. He's got the plaque. Let's join the public address announcer for the awards presentation.
First, let's have a round of applause in appreciation of today's runner-up, the Tantasqua Warriors. Congratulations on a hard-fought game today and a fantastic season thus far. Best of luck in the upcoming MIAA State Tournament. At this time, I direct your attention to the field, where Shrewsbury Athletic Director Jay Costa will present the championship plaque to the coaches and captains of your 2023 Central Mass Boys Baseball Class A Champions, the Leominster Blue Devils.
And with that, Leominster gets together for a championship photo. They are the champions of Central Mass once again. All I could say is, wow, Bill Thomas, and what a great camera placement.
What a
as
shot.
well.
They set that up. I talked to him pregame, said, if you win, just line up facing us behind home plate, and they cooperated. Great effort by the team, though. Very happy for the players, the coaching staff. Dave Palazzi, the AD on down, he's very proud. Football's his sport, but, he's very passionate about all the sports. And this baseball team is really making him proud this year.
And there is plenty of reason for that, to say the least, in this one. Trying to do the final totals here at Tivnan Fields tonight, and as we continue on here on RFM, we're going to step aside just for a quick moment here. We'll do some final totals and some final tallies for you, and then when we continue, the final numbers here, Bill Thomas may bring us over someone to talk to as well after this one. But Leominster is a winner. They're the Central Mass champion of Class A with a 13-5 victory over Tantasqua. More championship coverage to come. You stay with us right here on RFM. Post-game extra here on RFM. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins on assignment. She's on Operation Patrick as she's going to head out to go pick up the little guy from Grammy and Grampy's house. So Kate will not be with us. Billy and I will pilot you through the rest of the way as we wrap up this one for Leominster tonight. A 13-5 victory as Leominster will improve to 18-1 overall. Tantasqua falls to 18-3. Leominster is the CMADA Central Mass Tournament champion for 2023 and adds another Central Mass banner to the gym at Leominster High School, commemorating this victory for Leominster Baseball, another on a historic total, as we said at the conclusion of this one. Here's some final numbers for you. Angel Baez got the start for Leominster. 3 innings pitched. It was 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, a walk, and a strikeout before he was driven from the game. On the offensive side of things, a collision at home plate with Henry Blake, kept out for precautionary reasons for Baez. We'll hopefully get an update before we leave the air on where Baez may be at this point in time. Saw him go out in the celebration, so certainly Baez collected himself there. Ryan Garner comes in relief. By my total, Baez is the pitcher of record. He is the winning pitcher tonight. Garner in relief, 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts in his 4 innings pitched for Ryan Garner. Leominster's win, 13 runs on 10 hits, an error, and 10 left on base. Tantasqua 5 runs on 7 hits, an error, and 4 left on base for the Warriors there. The Warriors send 5 pitchers to the mound. Miles Blake, the notable starter, the Division I bound Northeastern commit. Miles Blake, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Blake, though, a phenomenal pitcher. You can see he's got all those pieces in just a sophomore. I feel like we're going to be back talking about Miles Blake and seeing coverage for him over the next couple of years as he gets better and better and better through his junior and senior seasons at Tantasqua. Joe Amaru came in relief, threw an inning of relief, 2 hits, 4 runs, they were earned, a walk and no strikeouts. Lucas McNevin, 2 innings of relief, 3 hits, 3 runs, they were earned, 2 walks and a strikeout on his night. Steve Parent, a third of an inning, a hit, no runs, 3 walks and a strikeout. Hunter Normandin came in and concluded the game with the final 2/3 of an inning, and Leominster a 13-5 winner in this one. Post-game extra continues here on RFM. Got to make a little adjustment here and bring you Diamond Side, joined now by Angel Baez. Angel, Bill Thomas brings you over here, and I know this is for like an on-air check. How are you doing? Obviously, this is sort of the breaks that we've talked about, right? You've got a phenomenal game going, 3 innings on the mound. Offense is, of course, as a natural athlete, you love playing offense. You go head first into home. You get tied up on the play, shaken up a little bit. You don't look any worse for wear, but I didn't go to medical school.
Nah, I just got the wind knocked out of me for a second, but I was fine after that. Just had to do quick checkups, and they decided that I couldn't play, so yeah.
That's why they don't ask you or me whether you should continue. That's why they ask the medical professionals. Hey, but you got to love the situation here. Your team rallies around. Ryan Garner comes in again, throws 4 great innings in relief, and your offense exploded in that 3rd inning. That's the tough part of how that 3rd inning ends. It ends with you in a heap on the ground, but really, that 3rd inning, a massive explosion. A 1-0 game. Tantasqua looked like they were tremendously in control to that point in the ball game. What happened in the 3rd inning that just lit this Leominster offense up?
Yeah, the bats were hot. We have all the faith in Ryan. Like when I got taken out, we had no worries. We have Ryan on the mound. He's done it before. He's been there. We'd rather no one on the mound. Yeah, it was great. I look up, we have 8 runs on the board, so I didn't really care.
I was sort of trying to figure out, and have since that 3rd inning, tried to piece together what changed. Something clearly, as you guys came to the plate in the 3rd, changed, and y'all took advantage of it.
Yeah, he was throwing a lot of fastball. He really didn't throw any mini off-speed. Our boy Coco, he's always on the coach's signs. We got him early, and we were just attacking.
And a great opportunity it was. So this gives you a championship, a banner. That's nice, but it's sort of an intermediate goal on the way to loftier things you all have set your mind to, and that starts on June the 5th for you all. You'll wait and see who you play, either Silver Lake or Danvers, whoever it is, won't matter. You get a couple scrimmages between now and then, but this is nice. Reflect on that for a moment, but then obviously the goals are still in front of you for this 2023 season.
Yeah, the main goal is to win states. This is nice and all, good championship, but our main goal the whole season is to win states. That's what we had our mind on.
And you certainly have the talent to do it. Angel Baez, great news that you're here and that you're in good shape. I'm sure you will enjoy a few days off and then right back at it for the state tournament next week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Angel Baez joining us here, post-game extra here on RFM, and great to have you with us. Diamond Side here. Bill Thomas is efforting to grab Coach Barnaby and others. We'll have them here for you in a matter of moments. Hope you've enjoyed a great night, whether you join us on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch. So fortunate to have you spend a couple of hours with us here on RFM this evening, and certainly appreciate the great support from the CMADA folks here, folks from the City of Worcester Parks Department as well, for their support to bring things in. And as I said to you off the top, without a little magic produced by Bill Thomas, this broadcast does not happen, as power was not exactly readily available. Required a little magic to make that possibility come to fruition. So can't say enough for our partner Bill Thomas in making that happen. Everybody has a role to play, if you will, in athletics, and Billy's is to make the magic happen when the circumstances come along. And joining me now is Coach Barnaby. Coach, I was just soft-shoeing, waiting for you to arrive. If you be honest, a big win here tonight. Looks like you got the Gatorade bath. You took one of the ice cubes with you there to the interview as well. Was just saying to Angel Baez, this is really exciting. It's something you're going to enjoy, but it was an intermediate goal on the way to larger things you all have planned.
Absolutely. And if I knew Angel was going to dive headfirst in the plate, I probably wouldn't have sent him. But we just took him out of an abundance of caution. He's just a hustler. So you set goals at the beginning of the season. You want to make the playoffs, win a league title, win a Central Mass title. Like we've done all those, which is amazing. I mean, we've kind of made it look easy, but it's really difficult to do.
Sure.
I don't know if these guys appreciate it, especially considering the seniors between the CMADA, the sectionals. This is their 3rd Central Mass tournament title, which is crazy for a group to graduate like that.
Absolutely.
But now we have bigger goals. So the most important thing is Monday we're going to have the winner of two good teams, Silver Lake and Danvers, and we're scrimmaging tomorrow, mostly because we wanted our pitchers to get some work. We know we're going to be tired, but I set up the scrimmage a while ago because if you don't set up scrimmages and you don't end up in the Central Mass Finals, now you don't have a scrimmage. So we're going to scrimmage a good team tomorrow, and now our focus, we're going to enjoy this tonight because this is special, and then our focus tomorrow is to the state title.
And moves its way in that general direction. You made an allusion to the Angel Baez situation, and we talked a little bit about it on the broadcast. Of course, it's a feast or famine situation as a coach. When you have a natural athlete who can both pitch and produce offensively, you're going to put him in the lineup, so it's not like you can. And then when he's on the base paths, you don't have time to sit there and go, wait a minute, that's my stud pitcher, stop. You're making a decision in the moment. The moment said go. He went and made an offensive play and got a little dinged up in the process.
Right, and he's one of our best base runners too, so that makes it even harder because I don't know if anyone else even scores on that because he's so fast. And, he was ready to go back in. He was mad at us for not putting him back in. But when the score was 8-1, we got to kind of weigh, let's just get him healthy for Monday. And that also helps that we have Ryan Gardner. We had Tyler Godin, who we could have put in tonight, Nick Massa. So we had our full bullpen that we had available with a 7-run lead. So that made the decision a lot easier. Even though Angel, wanted to go back in as a pure competitor, he's also selfless enough that he understands. The bigger goal is the state title, and we had this game in pretty good shape. We're going to move on to Monday now.
We had a little live broadcast counseling session with them. We sort of discussed that's why they don't ask the player anymore whether they can go in, because they'll lie, because they want to play. They're a competitor. That's the whole thing. Got to love them for that purpose as well. You said on to next week as you sort of look ahead after tonight, and you're sort of in this unique place where you're going to have the time to be able to see the game in front of you. You've earned that second seed, put yourselves in great position where you said you wanted to be. You're home until you reach the Final Four should you continue to win in advance. So you've done everything you possibly can do to put yourselves in the best position possible. But now it's one after another in case the previous 18 games weren't hard enough.
Right, and it's baseball, so you get one bad inning and one good pitcher you're going against, and your season's over. Anything can happen, which makes it really stressful on the coach. It's not like football or basketball. If you're the better team, you can probably by the time expires, you can probably knock that team out. In baseball, it's a tricky game, and we understand that. So we're going to scrimmage tomorrow. We'll probably have a little lighter practice Friday with graduation Saturday, and then it'll be all business from there out. The good news is we have confidence in each other. We believe in each other. The lineup's deep. The pitching staff's deep. The defense is good. All the pieces there. And we've earned someone's going to come to Doyle. We're going to have the last at-bats at least into the state finals. So we put ourselves in the best position possible to win a state title. We just got to take it one pitch at a time like we've done all season.
Enjoy it tonight, Coach. Enjoy it tomorrow into your scrimmage as well, and state tournament next week as well.
We'll enjoy it till Friday, maybe.
I was going to say maybe just a little bit.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Add another one to a long resume here at Leominster as well.
I
Thank you so much.
It's the third one for Leominster, too. We should mention that. So volleyball, girls lacrosse, and baseball, all three teams won the Class A CMADA tournament. So
just
Blue
this
Devils
spring.
are just this week. Blue Devils are rolling.
No question about that. It's the direction that Athletic Director Dave Palazzi wants it to go as well. Rich Barnaby, head coach, winner tonight for Leominster as well here at Tivnan Field. Bill Thomas going to scoot in here for a final word here on the broadcast, Billy, and you've got a chance to hear what everybody had to say. And I guess the long story, incredibly short, is Leominster finds a way. Even though that 1-0 lead for Tantasqua felt so strong through the first handful of innings, all of a sudden, bang, here comes Leominster, explosion, offense, and then they never looked back.
It did, and I tell you, Blake was just rolling along, and all of a sudden the wheels came off, and but he was wild, but kind of, I don't want to say controlled wild the first couple of innings, but we kind of expect that. At least I did, looking from his stats from the game against Wachusett. 4 hit batters, some walks. But they only got 2 hits off him. I think that was a byproduct of his wildness. I think they might have just been unable to dig in against him. Unlike what we saw the Blue Devils tonight, we saw him inching closer and closer and closer to the plate. Every at-bat, toes on that inside line, and I think that's what paid off in the end. Yeah, they took, I think, 5 over the course of the game for the team, if you want to put it that way. But I think Angel ate 2 of them himself. Rough game for him tonight, and we'll touch on that. I didn't get a chance to hear everything he said, but I did get a little pregame pre-conversation with him that he says he's okay. So
Sure.
we'll have to see going forward. Tomorrow's another day.
He wanted to continue.
Yeah, I'm sure he did, and rub some dirt on it. I saw him, and I was going to joke about this, although it's not a joking matter. But we saw Zach Casey take a couple of balls the other night.
Yeah.
And they came out with a cup of water, gave him a cup of water. So I asked him, I goes, did the cup of water help? He said, well, I was just trying to catch my breath. I saw him do the same thing. One of the players came out, it might have been Tony Salvatore, came out with a cup of water, and I'm like, that must be a thing. Here, drink some water. You'll feel better.
Didn't you watch the movie Waterboy, Bill Thomas?
Well, it's
You'll
always
get
about
that
the
special water from the one, particular water source there.
Absolutely, but
Reinvigorates.
Whatever it is, it worked tonight, and whatever was the team caught, whatever kind of offensive infection, explosion, it just ran rapid right through the entire team tonight. They all took one for the team. It seemed like they found a way to get on base. Big key hits, and that's what happens when you strive to be a championship-winning team. That's how you win games.
Indeed they will. Leominster, Monday, June the 5th. Historic Doyle Field will be the site. Round of 32 in the Division II statewide tournament. Leominster will get the winner of the 31-34 play-in matchup between Silver Lake and Danvers in that round of 32 action at home. 6:30 is the scheduled first pitch time. We hope to have that action for you here on RFM. You check our social media page at Media Rivalry on Twitter. We'll have that broadcast information for you ahead of that one. That's the next action we potentially have for you, and then we mentioned it during the broadcast, but it bears mentioning again. Baseball continues June 11th, which is just, believe this or not, a couple of weeks away. American Legion Baseball right here on RFM. We'll have the action for you. Milford and Leominster Legion on Sunday, June 11th, again on Twitter at Media Rivalry for game time and broadcast information, but we're looking forward to welcoming American Legion Baseball and Leominster Legion Baseball to RFM for 4 games this summer as well. And Bill Thomas, with that, a great night here at Tivnan Field. Thank you again for your phenomenal efforts in making this come together. Moon overhead. And before they shut the lights off and leave us here in the middle of Worcester to wander into the lake, we're going to thank all of you for spending a couple of hours as part of our family. For Kate Robbins and Bill Thomas, I am Todd Robbins, saying thank you so very much for joining us. And until next time, so long, everybody.